Two last questions to finish up section 8.3. Question 8. REI has an end-of-season sale during which it sells an ocean kayak for 2 people for $865. If the cost was $641, I'm going to emphasize this is cost, and the operating expenses are 28% of cost, find the amount of profit or loss. If we're trying to decide on profit or loss, the first thing we want to decide is break even. Once we know the break even, we can know if we make money or lose money. To find the break even, it is cost plus the operating expenses. Here, they told us how to find operating expenses. Operating expenses are 28% of cost. Don't forget that of indicates multiply. I'm going to write operating expenses is equal to, that's another way to say are equal to 28% times cost. And we'll fill in what we know. So to find those expenses, 28% as a decimal, 0.28, and the cost was given to us as $641. Multiplying, we find that the expenses are $179.48. Now we can go back and find the break-even point. That break-even point is the cost of $641 plus the expenses we just calculated, $179.48. Putting all of that together, the break-even would be a total of $820.48. What we know is that the sale price of the kayak is $865. And our break even is $820.48. Because the sale price is larger than the break even, there's going to be a profit. I'm going to write what I just said. Sale price is bigger than the break even. Now let's find out how much profit is made. The profit is going to be the difference between the break even and the sale price. I calculate a profit of $44.52. Let's go ahead and take a look at that last question, question 9. Question 9 has an automotive store paid $208.50 for a pickup truck bed liner. This is a cost because it's the cost to the store. The original selling price was $291.90, but it was marked down 35%. And there are operating expenses of 28% of the cost. We want to find out if there's an operating loss and how much it is, and if there's an absolute loss and how much it is. Again, to find out if we have a loss, we need to know the break-even point. Our break-even point is the cost plus expenses. We know the cost, $208.50. We need to calculate those expenses. I'm going to go here where they said the expenses are 28% of the cost. So expenses are 28% of the cost. Let's calculate those expenses. 0.28 for its decimal equivalent. Of is our multiplication, and the cost was given to us of $208.50. Multiplying, we find expenses of $58.38. So now I can put that down here in the expenses part. To find our break even, take our cost plus our expenses, and that gives us a break even amount of $266.88. There's one more thing we need to calculate to find out if we have a loss, and that's the sale price. To find the sale price, we know that it was originally on sale, or it was originally going to sell for $291.90, but it was marked down 35%. Let me find the markdown amount. Our markdown is 35% of the original selling price. Our markdown dollar amount is calculated as 0.35 for the decimal equivalent of 35%, and the original selling price was $291.90. This tells us that we have a markdown of $102.17. Let's calculate the sale price, looking at the original $291.90 and subtracting how much it was marked down. So the sale price is $189.73. I'm going to highlight a couple of values here. The break even was $266.88, and the sale price was $189.73. To calculate our operating loss, an operating loss is when the sale price is less than the break even. Okay. Our sale price, okay, is $189.73, and the break even was $266.88. So yes, there is an operating loss. To calculate it, we need to subtract them. So our operating loss is the break even minus the sale price. So to find the operating loss, our break even is $266.88, and the sale price was $189.73, and that gives us an operating loss of $77.15. An absolute loss is when the sale price is less than the cost to the store. So in this case, the sale price was $189.73, and the cost to the store was $208.50. So yes, there is an absolute loss. To find the absolute loss, we subtract those. We're going to take the cost and subtract the sale price of the item. The cost was $208.50, and the sale price of the item was $189.73. And when we subtract those, we get an absolute loss of $18.77. And that's the end of section 8.3.